Yeah, I'm happy to show you a few of my favorite items in the collection. I'm Claire Malik. I'm an archivist at the Rare Book Special Collections Library at University of British Columbia. So we're actually in a gallery that holds two collections reflecting two different collectors and their kind of diverse but related interests. So the first of these is Dr. Wallace B. Chung and Madeline H. Chung collection, and they donated their collection back in 1999. It has over 25,000 objects in it. So we're sitting today in its most recent place on the second floor of the Irving K. Barber Learning Center, and that collection focuses on three interrelated themes: the history of early British Columbia and Canada, the history of the Canadian Pacific Railway, and the history of immigration and settlement with a focus on Asian immigration and particularly the Chinese diaspora in British Columbia. And then the second part of this exciting gallery is the Phil Lind Klondike Gold Rush collection. So Mr. Phil Lind, people might know him from Rogers Communications fame, but his grandfather actually went to the gold rush in the late 19th century, and Phil Lind, became really passionate about collecting gold rush memorabilia.
So I'm Dr. Maria Chung, and I'm the daughter of Dr. Wallace and Dr. Madeline Chung, and I have had the privilege of growing up with two awesome parents and my dad and mom's collection in the basement. Dad always wanted to be something, again, that was helpful to people that were academics, that were doing the research and needed to dive deep into primary sources, but he also wants it to be a memorial to those sort of normal, everyday people that history tends to forget. This here is the picture that Dad saw in his father's tailor store above the store in the back, and it's the one that it started it all, the collection. So it's a beautiful picture of a white steamship steaming through the water at full speed with a Chinese junk, one of the traditional boats on the side. You could see a little boy, how that would be something that would really capture his imagination.
Well, Jed Lind was saying that your father dumpster dived.
Oh yes, he would we would joke about that, you know, the UBC professor of surgery dumpster diving behind the CPR looking for things they'd thrown out. His one regret is that Phil Lind was not around to see the opening as well, because Phil Lind was a very, very good friend to Dad, and they really did respect each other a lot. And the last time I saw Mr. Lind, he was saying how much he was looking forward to seeing the opening of the library, which of course he was not able to do.
Hi, my name's Jed Lind. I am Phil Lind's son, whose collection is now housed at the UBC Rare Books Library. The collection is called the Phil Lind Klondike Gold Rush Collection, and the collection is based on my great-grandfather, John Grieve Lind, who was a prospector in the Klondike Gold Rush of 1896, I believe, was when he went north. And now to have a place at UBC where, for the generation below me, my children can go and learn about the Klondike, like in a proper setting, is really nice. It's really nice to get an understanding and appreciation for it historically, and then go and see what it looks like now. So, as a family, we feel pretty blessed to have this little monument to that for us.
And then all the way over here on our left, we've got a big portrait of Johnny Lind and his dog, and we also have his diaries of the time where he writes about his experiences. And we actually took those diaries and worked with a company based in Amsterdam called Dutch Igloo, who uses technology from the 19th century called Pepper's Ghost to bring stories to life in a sort of 3D way. So we recreated Johnny Lind's diary scenes in this cabin where you can look in and see brought to life an actor who we hope looks like Johnny Lind, and this trained dog to do some of the very day-to-day activities that he describes in his diary. As an archivist, we're trying to get people excited about archives often, and the collections, I think, do a wonderful job of doing just that, because when we learn history in school, we're often getting a broad narrative. And you don't get history at this life-size level that the archival materials really tell you, you know, this was this person's ticket, this person's pay stub for working on the railway, this person's gold pan, and you can start to imagine their lives at this level that's much more relatable. And I think that is actually a lot more how we learn from history, is at that life-size level, just like we learn from our own lives, our mistakes and successes, when we can look back on history and think, oh, these were people that made these laws and people that made these maps, and we in turn can then make the world as we want to see it.